Well, it's a night with a hint of nostalgia in the air, a sense of the glamour and glory of past European occasions here. They've certainly been missed by the players and the fans, and indeed by the commentators. But this friendly is very much full of purpose for both sides. France playing in their normal blue and white strip, and out of respect for that, Arsenal have switched to their away colours of yellow and dark blue. And David O'Leary making John Lukic scamper for the first back pass of the match. The value for France in this game, the chance to soak up more of what they call the British style and prepare themselves perhaps for some long balls hit at their defence by Scotland at Hampden Park on March the 8th. Silvestre, one of the three players, played in a 2-2 draw here, with France under-21s going through against England on aggregate. So he's no stranger. Frank Silvestre. Winterburn. O'Leary. In fact, so far, Arsenal not playing the sort of long ball game, although O'Leary slings one on now, and it reaches Thomas. That's what France have come here to learn about. And they conceded a free kick in a position which might just suit Arsenal with their excellent set play record. Adams always a player to keep an eye on. He's joined the pack in the centre. O'Leary there as well. A group of four by the far post. Marwood tries to find them. And it was Laurent Blanc who guided it behind for the corner. Slight delay while Marwood goes across to supervise the set play again. He's given the signal. And Bats judged it well once more. Having a fine domestic season, Joel Bats, with the league leaders, Paris Saint-Germain. Smith didn't make contact, but Merson was able to find the loose ball, but then play a loose pass, aimed for Marwood. Blanc. And Laurent Blanc joining in again, kept in by Perez. Blanc. Well, pushed down by Rocastle, but the referee saw nothing wrong. But Bats will be able to take charge, and Laurent Blanc is still down on the Highbury turf. Another of the foul, or I thought it was a foul, by Rocastle. The referee saw it otherwise. Blanc's back on his feet again. I was going to say another of the new generation, only 22. France putting a lot of faith in that age bracket of players. Giron's slightly older. O'Leary. It's quite a breezy night, but a clear one. Possibly the wind playing tricks then on the long clearance. Here's Bonalaire. Smith. Alan Smith also singled out by the French coaching staff as a type of player they want to learn more about. They believe there aren't too many of the Smith mould playing in the French First Division. Marwood, he's in for Arsenal. Brian Marwood has put it wide. Well, the game's first chance after a rather quiet opening 15 minutes. But France operating with this flat back four for the first time, and Marwood caught them square, but put the shot off target. They looked for the linesman for help. The help wasn't there, but Marwood couldn't round it off. And Marwood with plenty of ambitions of his own to get back in the England squad after that 9-minute appearance in Saudi Arabia, saying today that he doesn't want to become one of those quiz questions. Who was it that played just for 9 minutes for England? Platini's international career considerably longer. 72 caps, 41 goals. A wonderful record. He stayed in play, and France linking up well with Giroud, and now Perez. Giroud with the misplaced pass, but it is that swagger in midfield that's become the trademark of French football, put into their game by the likes of Platini and Alain Giresse, who's also retired. But Jean Tigana would have played here tonight, having been recalled by Michel Platini. Only he picked up an injury playing for Bordeaux at the weekend. No goals so far, and just half a chance for France right at the start for Paya, and one real chance for Marwood, who's trying to construct something now for Arsenal. Well, Bonalaire with bats looking uncertain. It was a real testing ball in by Marwood from the left. Bonalaire called up to play at left back. Was offside here against Thomas. The flag was up a long time. From the linesman, Chris Proud. Michael Thomas, who's an excellent finisher from midfield. This is the earlier incident. You can look at the quality of the cross from Marwood that had bats guessing, but France survived. Perez. Sauzet. And now Casten-Deutsch, who's a central defender but playing at right back. That's where Platini believes his greatest strength lies. He'll be disappointed with the pass from Sauzet. Alan Smith trying to hold it up. In fact, Sauzet has only played it for Merson, and Silvestre had to bring Paul Merson down. And the one concern for Arsenal in the midst of the honour of staging such a game is that they might pick up an injury or two to mar their championship challenge. Paul Merson, the player in distress. He dispossessed Sauzet, and then from the French point of view had to be brought down. He was clear. Gary Lewin checking on Merson. High brings the message to his teammates from the touchline. Dixon. Rocastle. Marwood certainly conspicuous for Arsenal in the first 20 minutes. Adams. Now Winterburn. Merson going to the near post, and Bonalaire finding himself in the centre and dealing with the danger. Sauzet. Space here for Thomas. And Arsenal again caught offside, but it's looking a promising ploy for them. Just a matter of getting a run timed correctly. With France playing without the sweeper, because Michel Platini picked the team that way. I must say it caused some concern amongst some senior French observers travelling with the team. But they've come this far unscathed. We're halfway through the first half. Castendush. Down from Blanc. Sauzet. They believe really will be the next great talent in France. Franck Sauzet, the number 6. Oh, and a mistake between O'Leary and Rocastle. Bonalaire puts in the cross. Papin rather spoilt it for Payet. Papin could have gone for goal himself. Possibly got a call from Payet, who was also free. And great relief for Arsenal, particularly O'Leary and Rocastle, who were caught out, and in the end France couldn't make it count. But here is David Rocastle. Well, you could watch 20 First Division games and see Arsenal not make a mistake like that. Smith. Well, we've got the leading scorer in the French First Division, Papin, but we've also, of course, got the leading scorer in the English First Division in terms of league goals. Alan Smith with 17. 2 more in the Cups. Here is Smith. Merson. Dixon. And Rocastle. France with a lot of players behind the ball. Rocastle trying to get a good angle in for the cross, and he's done just that. Papin. Some of the passing not helped by the condition of the pitch. And look at that from Thomas. The ball just bobbled up, almost spat up at him. Durand. Bonalaire. Arsenal got all their substitutes up, getting warm. Whether George Graham just passing a message down to his players, only he will know. Merson. Marwood looking to see the whereabouts of Winterburn. And also Richardson. Winterburn involved now. Merson to the near post. And Smith was edging in that direction as well, which is why the ball dropped behind him. And is put away by the Nantes left-back, Bonalaire. Durand of Toulouse. Blanc. France switching the play from right to left. Durand. And again, back by Dixon. In Dublin a week ago, they made just one chance against the Republic of Ireland, did France, and that's why Michel Platini has been really putting the challenge down to his forward players. Rocastle. Merson hoping the ball would run on, but it dropped rather dead on the pitch, and Arsenal look to build from a free kick now with Rocastle. Merson. Marwood very quick, got in first. As Smith does as well. It was an instinctive save by Batts. The most difficult moment really for either goalkeeper so far. And the club side coming very close there to embarrassing the international players. With Alan Smith connecting very sweetly, and Batts getting his hands and possibly part of his body behind it, and it broke away to safety. Not only the World Cup in '86, but the European Championship, which France won, of course, in '84. Batts was a key man, and he kept out Smith's effort very agilely. Papin likes to shoot from distance, you can see why. the most potent marksman that the French have. Top scorer, as I say again, this season, as he was last. Marwood, holding off Castendersch. Smith. Well, it's run on towards Perez, but there was some good covering in the centre there by Lee Dixon. Sometimes fullbacks do get caught playing wide, but Dixon did his job, just in case a gap opened up in the centre, as it did. Rocastle. Well, that was a battle of strength as well as skill, and having won the free kick, Arsenal then wasted it. Stefan Pai. Soze. Touch of class about this build-up. And the shot was deflected from Bonnilaire. And surely that should have been a corner. Off David O'Leary, and I can only think Tony Ward was unsighted. Smith's onside, found by Marwood. Merson in the centre. Prunier is the defender for France. And he did his job perfectly in the end. But France living dangerously with this system of defending, which is foreign to their nature. It allowed Smith some freedom. Prunier made up the ground, blocked the attempted cross, which was aimed towards Merson, and then was able to see the ball back to Bats. Rocastle onside is Kevin Richardson. He's taken it wide. Was that handball by Silvestre? The crowd thought so. The referee didn't, and nor did the linesman. And then Richardson was trying to catch Bats out, who was meandering forward with the ball at his feet. Richardson's first touch really was that of a midfield player rather than a striker, and it did hit the arm of Silvestre, but could hardly have been ruled as intentional. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Thomas, Arsenal trying to play it from the back again. And France working hard to dispossess them. Prunier. Arsenal didn't get as far as the halfway line. Pai and Blanc, it's offside, and the shot was sliced wide. Laurent Blanc with 11 league goals for Montpellier this season. Made his first international appearance in Dublin a week ago. You could see there just how far off target he was. Not that it mattered. Rocastle sweeping it down for Dixon. It's David Rocastle again. Dixon. France holding the square line once more. The flag stays down, but Richardson hasn't quite got the pace. As Thomas played the ball inside the defender. Arsenal looking to press France into this corner and possibly create something before the half-time whistle goes. Rocastle on Perez. Dixon, now Smith. He went a little too close to the ball. Thomas, the last turn took him into trouble. And the referee intervening. And the ball spins off towards Merson. Richardson. Here's Winterburn, who needs no second invitation to gallop forward. But in the end, it's a goal kick to the dissatisfaction of Nigel Winterburn. And the linesman explains the reasoning behind the decision. Well, 45 minutes of a learning process, really, for both sides. Interesting football rather than inspiring, as the players ponder on the chances, perhaps, that came to Marwood, and the best effort, really, of the first half from Alan Smith. We'll be back after a short break, but at half-time at Highbury, it's Arsenal 0, France 0. Welcome back to Highbury. Arsenal attacking the North Bank end of the ground in the second half. France rebuilding. They failed to qualify for the 1988 European Championship finals. The end of an era, really. Pai flicked it on well. Papin collected and was brought down by Adams. And Tony Adams, who has his critics, but in his defence, one should say that at 22, he's crammed a lot of top-level football into relatively few years in the game, and he's still learning. Marwood. Winterburn. So they tracked Marwood and stopped the return pass. Prunier has looked a very disciplined marker. Perez has looked very resilient for a small man. These are points that Scotland will note. Bonalez, mistake. Rocastle lost sight of the ball, but the officials actually disagreeing there. The linesman pointed for a throw to France. Tony Ward overruling. Already more of an atmosphere about the second half. Marwood. And again, praise for Prunier, the 21-year-old, uncapped from Auxerre, but catching the eye, one would think of Michel Platini, who's waiting to make his first substitution. For Thomas and Adams, the England men in particular, this is a great experience to play against players of this calibre and perhaps to beat them. Winterburn, one stride too far, and Bonalez came across a long way to stop Arsenal in their tracks, and this is Prunier. And a shot of international calibre by Perez, unmarked on the far side as France swept forward on the counter-attack after Winterburn had been caught on the charge forward. France haven't played a full international in England for 20 years, and Perez trying to give this friendly fixture against the club side a real international feel with a spectacular strike. On is Daniel Bravo. Wearing number 14. Arsenal have a free kick. 11 minutes played in the second half. Deflects off Bravo, Thomas, Dixon, that's well hit. That's had to be on his toes. Lee Dixon hasn't got a league goal for the club yet, but I remember him scoring at Wembley against Bayern Munich in that pre-season tournament, which Arsenal won, and in which they really showed off their wares for the first time as championship calibre. Played very well against Bayern Munich and against Tottenham. Now Here's Dixon involved again, beautifully found by Rocastle. Three waiting for the cross from Lee Dixon. Smith is one of them. Arsenal have a corner. Whatever was said to them at half-time, the efforts have been redoubled in the second half. Bonalaire guarding the post. Marwood with the corner. Silvestre climbing on the back of O'Leary, and Arsenal appealing for a penalty. They haven't got it. Silvestre made the move towards the ball. O'Leary was either pinned down or he didn't try to jump. Possibly the referee saw it in the latter way. Silvestre up well, although the header's gone straight back to Brian Marwood. Comes off Bravo. O'Leary, goal kick. Well, Arsenal are taking Marwood off. Martin Hayes, who's clearly not superstitious, with number 13 on his back, coming on 13 minutes into the second half. George Graham, as usual, has come down to the touchline for the second half. Bravo slotting into the left-sided role vacated by Perez. Now what can Merson do here? Well, he's miskicked, but Martin Hayes hasn't. He's scored a stunner. And Arsenal lead France on the hour. And Hayes, who's barely been on the pitch 2 minutes, reminds us that he was Arsenal's top scorer a couple of years ago. Has been short of opportunities this season, but when Merson miskicked, that fell invitingly for him, and it was unstoppable. Not classic in terms of the build-up, but splendid in terms of the quality of the scoring shot. And Hayes is there again. He's backed by Kastendijk. And it reflects really the greater application that Arsenal have shown in the second half. And what George Graham has done in shuffling his back and allowing Hayes a taste of the glory, he'll make one or two of the other senior players think a little bit. And David O'Leary being led off. Steve Bold, who came on at Millwall last Saturday. And it's another indication of the competition for places. Bold literally and metaphorically rolling up his sleeves. And Arsenal now have 11 Englishmen on the pitch, so with a touch of romance, and why not, on Valentine's night, we could say it's England against France. Rocastle. Tony Ward right on the spot to give Arsenal the free kick. Arsenal with a lot of movement in the middle. Bold has come forward with Marwood off. The dead ball situation with Lee Dixon. Who will take the corner though? It's going to pass to Kevin Richardson. The two managers very much in focus tonight. And George Graham, of course, the Scot. Smith, out by Durand. It's Hayes again! A substitute with a policy of shooting on sight. George Graham said he wanted to soften up France for Scotland, and his team is starting to do that. Rocastle couldn't get too far this time. Bayer, Durand. Well, if you had any doubt about the seriousness of this match, look at the manager's expression. Soze. Oh, and Dixon committed himself and got away with it. Bravo was rather taken by surprise. But France, who want to sharpen their cutting edge for taking on Scotland, a goal down, and finding Arsenal difficult to tear apart. Smith. Hayes dispossessing Castan Dutch. He's only got Merson up with him, but Martin Hayes, is he in the mood for another? Well, he was pretty unselfish. With a goal and a tremendous shot after the goal already to his name. You wouldn't have blamed him if he'd shot then, but my feeling was that he was looking for Merson, who was sprinting up to try and get to the far post. Philippe Verpuis replaces Durand for France. Blanc. Sylvestre trying to come forward from his defensive role. And France have got to take a risk or two. Pai spending more and more time on the left, and bowled in with great determination. David Rocastle departs, and here's Perry Groves, another of the squad members who have made useful contributions this season without being regulars. Groves, a scorer in the last home league game against West Ham, when he was deputising for Marwood. And he can run. Smith! Arsenal lead 2-0, and the substitutions get more and more inspired. Was that a little grin of satisfaction by George Graham? Groves comes on to roar away down the far side and deliver the cross that Smith was first to, and it looped over bats. 2-0, 16 minutes left. And Alan Smith, who's such a regular scorer in the First Division, shows that he can do it against international opposition. Although in Greece last week the service wasn't as good as he's used to getting with his club. And possibly that's reflected the way the occasion has gone tonight. The understanding has been with the club side, and France piecing their work together, as in truth Scotland will have to do on March the 8th. But what a start by Groves, who must have been pacing up and down on the touchline, bursting to get involved. Judging by the sprint he showed us down the touchline. And Smith, having got the second goal, is going to be protected for Saturday. To give Niall Quinn some 13 minutes. Merson. On from Hayes. There's space down the touchline for Richardson if Winterburn wants to use him. Richardson's clearly onside. Fournier, who's got through a lot of good work at the back for France. But the French under pressure again. And Arsenal not settling for two. Thomas, Richardson, can he make it three? Batts denies him for the moment. Winterburn, past a weary Bonelaire. Well, all this makes happy viewing for Scotland supporters, as well as the Arsenal faithful, who will be able to boast unless France manufacture a drastic recovery here. Arsenal will be able to boast that not only are they top of the league, but they're capable of beating international sides as well. The story, of course, isn't quite as simple as that. But this was Richardson's chance. And Batts reminding us what a fine goalkeeper he is. But Hayes takes him on again. Well, Batts twice off his line. And really preventing France from humiliation here. Here's Daniel Bravo. A goal for France now, and it might change the rather grey mood around their players. Marcel Dib, who is the one Monaco player here because he's suspended from the forthcoming European Cup quarter-final against the Turkish club Galatasaray. He was sent off in an earlier match, but he's eligible, of course, for the national team. He's a midfield player. With 5 minutes left, this prestigious fixture for Arsenal, leading to a prestigious result. Papin. Bonelaire. Good movement around him, and the left-back used the other players as a decoy. Well, even in defeat, he will have revelled in the experience. It was such a surprise to him when he was called up only 24 hours ago, Thierry Bonelaire. Groves. Here's Thomas. Quinn on the far side. Vercuis. Now Papin. France trying to create something of a consolation at the last here, and Papin could have done that. Usually a ruthless finisher, but Lukic kept his shape, didn't commit himself too soon, and blocked it away with the left foot. France have a corner, which Castenduch will take over Sauzet. Bravo. And very nearly an own goal of Quinn. Well, that would have been an odd hat-trick. Hayes coming on to score a goal, Groves to make one, and Quinn almost an own goal. Adams. For Quinn, it's a chance for number 3. A chance not taken. And France, having thrown caution to the winds, putting bats in dire trouble again. But as he came out, Quinn couldn't see anything to aim at, and that's how far wide he was. Well, Arsenal really have had the chances to embarrass French football here. Those watching live in France, I wonder what they're making of it. Bold. Way above Papin. It's a free kick given in France's favour. A lot of the French press coming here and the television commentators were very pessimistic about this fixture, pessimistic about the lack of talent in the French First Division and the difficulty in building a side to follow the great team of '84, which won the European Championship. And in the second half, that pessimism has looked to be justified. Dutch. We're into stoppage time. Groves, Arsenal not finished yet. Merson is there, Richardson too, and then Lee Dixon arriving. Brought out by Verquois, who's twisting and turning, hoping for some help, and it was very late arriving. And France finishing the match in some disarray. Did. Offside. Although Prunier, the number 2, was in danger of playing Paul Merson on. It's a match which has told us plenty about the depth in the Arsenal squad. Martin Hayes coming on to score the crucial first goal, and Terry Groves setting up the second for Alan Smith. But it's also told us plenty about a lack of depth in French football and a problem or two for Michel Platini to get his side together for the World Cup tie in Scotland in 3 weeks' time. Certainly a valuable experience for both sides, and we'll be getting the reactions to it, particularly from the most interested neutral observer tonight, the Scotland manager, Andy Roxburgh. That's after a short break. Well, welcome back again to Highbury. So a 2-0 win for Arsenal on a night when George Graham got his substitutions absolutely right, particularly in the case of Martin Hayes. Hayes' arrival with the goal that turned the match Arsenal's way. And in the end, France well beaten by a club side.
But even before the substitutions, I thought we actually created 1 or 2 chances. And even after we went 2-0 up, we again created a lot of chances, which was a big surprise.
Why was it such a big surprise?
Well, normally continental sides usually very tight at the back, play with an out-and-out sweeper. As I say, they don't sort of let you have many chances. Probably somebody like Andy Roxburgh would be quite delighted that we created so many chances tonight. But I think they'll play a little bit different against Scotland at hand.
What value have Arsenal got from the evening?
Well, prestigious-wise, tremendous. I mean, that was televised live in France. A lot of people will see the goals all around the place. It's good for Arsenal. It means we're on the march again. We're doing very well in the league. In this game tonight, there's no way we treated it like a friendly. We wanted to win it.
Does it get your feelings going about hopefully the UEFA ban being lifted and more nights like this at Highbury?
Yes, I hope so. I mean, I think we've been out of Europe too long. I think eventually it's got to come. and we'll just to see how the fans behave. But it's about time we started getting back into Europe again. I'm sure the European clubs want us back in there as well. And it'd be nice to sort of bring European sides back to Highbury again.
No, I don't think we will read anything into this match at all. I think the international match at Hampden will be a totally different ballgame from what we saw here.
Really, because I think France were using this as their very last workout, and I would think with only 3 weeks to go, they must be worried about it, and that must be good news for you.
Now, I don't really think they will be worried, because when people like Amoros and Tigana and Battiston and Sonor, etc., all come back, these are very influential players who could make a dramatic difference. What they did tonight was they tried one or two of their younger players. It let us have a look at them as well as Mr. Platini. And I think you will find that when the French come to Hampden, it's a vital game for them as well as for ourselves. And it will be a fiercely contested match. And I wouldn't read again too much into tonight's game. I think the Arsenal crowd enjoyed it, even practiced their French.
Michel, just a quick reaction. What do you think from the French point of view of the game?
It's very difficult to play against a club for a national team, and I made some tests, some new players, because it's my second national presence, and I need to, during the friendly match, test some players, and I have the answers to my question.
What do you think you have learnt tonight?
Well, it's only a French problem. I can't say the TV.
But we are looking towards the Scotland game. Will the side be much changed from tonight?
I think it's not a club. It's a team it's a national team. I think that it will be more techniques than this night, and I think that to play against a club it's very difficult, because there's automatic, and we have not, some players of experience that I need to come back.
Is it a very difficult job being manager of the French team?
Yes, I think that it's better to play, because it's your fault. When you are out of the study, you can do nothing. Only answer to the question.
Does it make you want to play again, though? Is there any chance that you would ever come back to play again?
I am too old. I lose my hairs.
You'll lose some more if they play like that. Thank you, Michel.
Well, you'll be able to see on ITV what benefits France have drawn from their defeat at Highbury. Scotland against France, that vital World Cup qualifier, highlights on Midweek Sports Special in 3 weeks' time. That's March the 8th. Tomorrow's Midweek Sports Special also focuses on football. It's the first leg of the second Littlewoods Cup semi-final. Nottingham Forest against the Giant Killers from the 3rd Division, Bristol City. Until then, on a night when Arsenal have beaten France by 2-0, it's goodbye to you from Highbury.
And that soccer special replaced the scheduled programme. Coming up next, to see the Invisible Man in the Twilight Zone.
The trouble with Golden Valley microwave popcorn is you can't keep it to yourself. There's the aroma. That's a dead giveaway. And it's impossible to keep it quiet. That's why I always eat it in the broom cupboard under the stairs where the others can't find me. Golden Valley microwave popcorn. You just can't keep it to yourself.
Now you've discovered Gloria Estefan. Get her new album, Anything for You. The album includes all her latest hits. Anything for You from Gloria Estefan.
Think of your body and how you might feel. So the first thing to remember every morning is Shield.
Shield has a special deodorant to leave you fresher, more confident, all over, all day.
Think of your body, the freshness you feel. So for day-long extra confidence all over.
Shield, extra confidence all over.
for all you individuals out there, a taste that's crunchy, chewy, moist and delicious. You'll love Tracker in roasted nut or chocolate chip. Tracker makes straight for the taste. Over and out.
Tracker makes straight for the taste.